Trailblazer apprenticeships, while having similar concepts across all Trailblazer standards, vary in detail from apprenticeship to apprenticeship. It is important, therefore, to have tracking and assessment software that has consistent processes but is flexible enough to accommodate assessment of a variety of Trailblazer standards. SkillSure has that flexibility. For example, it will work just as well for a Level 2 apprenticeship in retail as it does for Level 4 standards in IT network management. In this video, we will demo and comment on key features of SkillSure's EPA solution. These include SkillSure's flexibility to accommodate a variety of EPA processes for a range of Trailblazer standards, a demo of how an independent assessor will assess and save different types of evidence to an apprentice's SkillSure e-portfolio, the readiness for EPA record as the EPA starting point, a demo of how an independent assessor will schedule an apprentice to take an online quiz, a demo of how an apprentice will take the quiz and how evidence of quiz results are recorded for review by the independent assessor, the importance of having searchable evidence categories, the process for remote capture and uploading of evidence from a professional discussion, how an independent assessor records their availability within the EPA software, the assessment organization's view of independent assessors' availability, the process for linking apprentices to independent assessors, grading of assessment outcomes. The software solution includes a process map. The map is readily customizable and is changed to reflect each specific EPA process. The map shows the clear separation of the on-program assessment process from the endpoint assessment. The final step in the on-program assessment process and the first step in the EPA process is the gateway, the readiness for EPA record. The assessment organization has its own requirements about an apprentice's readiness for endpoint assessment. Evidence of meeting requirements is uploaded and is reviewed by the assessment organization. If the assessment organization confirms the readiness of the apprentice for EPA, the readiness file is uploaded into the apprentice's SkillSure e-portfolio. This initiates the SkillSure EPA process. As we indicated earlier, the EPA process varies in detail from apprenticeship to apprenticeship. In broad terms, there is an assessment phase, which may comprise any combination of activities such as these. The SkillSure software has been designed to collect evidence efficiently and remotely where feasible for all of these. The evidence collected is graded and a record of assessment details and final decision passed from the SkillSure solution to the assessment organization for certification. There is a quality assurance functionality within SkillSure and an audit trail with records of responsible person with date and timestamps. Here we have clicked on the qualification screen. The purpose of viewing this screen is to demonstrate the depth of data that can be used for recording EPA with SkillSure. You are able to see that there is a 5-level data hierarchy for each assessment element in the EPA process. For example, if the assessment organization wanted to have its independent assessor complete a subset of a practical observation on a retail apprenticeship, they can do so. With SkillSure, the assessment organization can capture very detailed data about assessments that can be used to report on an apprentice's competence and their progress on EPA. From the EPA status screen, we select the qualification from the drop-down menu. The assessment elements of the EPA for the retail standard are displayed with traffic light colors that indicate their status. We can click each element to display a summary of unit achievement. The example is a readiness for EPA record. By clicking it, we can view the uploaded evidence. Clicking the Candidates tab shows a list of all the candidates for whom the IA is responsible. Before selecting any apprentice, quickly get an overview of progress for everyone on a horizontal scale. Blue represents the timeline for the EPA, green is evidence that has been approved, and yellow is evidence waiting to be approved. Find a specific apprentice with the search box and access their details. To schedule an online test for an apprentice, select the test from the drop-down menu and choose the date and time. Now, the apprentice can only log in to the test at the scheduled date and time. After taking the test, the results are automatically uploaded as evidence for the independent assessor to review. The quizzing functionality within SkillSure allows the user to build or import integrated online tests of knowledge for specific modules and assign and schedule them. Machine-scored tests are sent automatically to the IA for final assessment. SkillSure can also provide a solution that allows open-ended questions with use of Turnitin to obtain a plagiarism score for review by the assessor. To conduct an online professional discussion, call that apprentice from within SkillSure using Skype. From there, it can be uploaded to SkillSure as evidence to support the IA's judgment. One of the problems for assessment organizations is how to manage a pool of independent assessors. We believe that there are typically 3 criteria that must be met by IAs before they can be assigned to undertake assessment of any apprentice. The criteria are availability, relevant competence, and exclusion. We have functionality within the SkillSure software that is designed to meet the requirements. Independent assessors, once approved by the assessment organization, will log into the SkillSure EPA software and record their availability. Data from each individual IA will be consolidated on a master calendar that is accessible to the assessment organization's system administrator. The system admin can adjust this calendar by dragging and dropping independent assessors. In the calendar, the AO system admin can filter their search by, for example, relevant competence, location, and experience. Now that the system admin has determined the IA's availability, they link candidates to the IA. SkillSure allows grading, which is a requirement of EPA. After each unit is graded, SkillSure automatically totals the scores and allows the IA to write comments. This has been a brief overview of SkillSure's EPA software, but there are many more features, such as role-based access, evidence mapping against EPA learning outcomes, uploading multiple file types, notifications for all learners based on client criteria, resources that allow files or URLs to be attached to an EPA, assessor tracking status of any learner at any time, easy assessor performance tracking reports, built-in moderation and quality assurance both internal and external, high-level reporting and detailed reporting. Results and reports can be exported to Excel. Mobile app allows offline assessment and evidence upload. Files are archived for an agreed duration.